Hello, I am back for a follow-up on the problem I had with my game of Age of Empires 2 DE. I was having an issue with my mods. The game would crash anytime I tried to subscribe to a mod. So if I came here, I went to browse mods, and I tried to subscribe to, say, Small Trees. It didn't matter what mod it was, to be clear. Any mod. As soon as I clicked subscribe, you'd get the wheel here, and then the game would freeze, and it would crash. So first thing I thought was, well, it's mods. I uninstalled. First of all, let me just, spoiler alert, I fixed the problem. I don't exactly know how, but I'm going to walk you through everything I did so that if you have this issue, you can walk through all the same steps as me, and hopefully they will work. A lot of the most popular solutions did not work for me. So I did some weird things. It makes sense why I would have fixed it, but I can't tell you exactly which one fixed the problem. I tried a bunch of things, but I never even ended up testing before a long trip, and then I tested when I got back and it was working. So it would freeze and then crash to desktop when I was trying to subscribe to a mod. I wouldn't get an error box. And then if I tried to go back into the game, it would fail to go back into the game. So to me, this combined with the fact that even if I didn't install mods, but I was subscribed to mods on another system or online, and I tried to sync the mods, the game would crash without me being able to get into the game. After a few crashes immediately while trying to enter the game, it would go into sort of a safe mode where it would unsubscribe all the mods, and then it would work fine until I tried to resubscribe to mods. So it seemed to be related to mods, but not the actual functioning of mods. What I did was I cleared out, I went to my file system, I moved a few of my favorite mods into local mods, and they would run fine. Those local mods would run fine because it wasn't trying to sync them over the network. So I thought, well, maybe it's a network issue. So I tried other PCs in my house. I tried an old PC, and old, I mean like a 2011 era PC that's been since upgraded. I tried a very new PC with a similar graphics card, a 30 series NVIDIA card, but not the exact same card. But built around, maybe it's a few years newer, but anyway. And that one worked fine as well. So the two other computers in my house worked. My laptop worked. So I knew it was specific to this computer. So then I was like, okay, corrupt file system. So what did I do there? I uninstalled the game. I verified the game files in Steam. That didn't help. I uninstalled the game and reinstalled the game fresh. That didn't help. I installed the game on my primary hard drive, my C drive, instead of on my hard disk drive, like on my SSD versus my hard disk drive. Normally I put games on that drive because it's much bigger, memory's cheaper on there, and games are huge these days. So I basically moved the folder. That didn't help things. I went through temp folders and I deleted stuff. I hunted and hunted, and nothing seemed to work. And then I ran NFC, SFC scan now? Sorry, let me just double check. Sorry. Okay, here. It was SFC. I ran, you got to run this in admin mode or with admin. So you got to right click on your CMD thing and say admin. So SFC scan now, like that. I ran that. I'm not going to do it now. And it found some bad files. It fixed those files. I ran it multiple times. I restarted my computer. That didn't fix things. I then ran DISM. Nope. DISM. And it's something like dism.exe/online/cleanup image/restore health. There's a whole list online of all the different utilities and ways you can run this. I ran this and it didn't find any problems at all. So I ran those two basically system file checkers. I did a memory test. I used just Windows memory test, and I did a memory test, and that came back with no issues. It basically reboots the computer into some sort of like DOS looking program, and it ran. It took forever. It ran. It checked my RAM. The memory test was fine. All right, and I was still having the issue. Last thing I did before I went on my trip, and again, I didn't test after this. So either it's just a matter of time has fixed it, or it's something I did. I had several things plugged into my computer. One of them is this Seagate hard drive. It's a small laptop hard drive in an enclosure. I'm trying to get the model number here. Model number SRD0NF1. Yeah, anyway, it's a 2 terabyte external hard drive that I use for backing up stuff for an organization I work for. So it's got files that are backed off the cloud for that. So I had that plugged in, but I had that plugged in for several months and the game ran fine up until, like, I didn't have this problem up until recently. So I'm not sure if that was it. However, when I tried to unmount the drive, even after restarting the computer, it would not dismount this hard drive. So that was a little bit strange. Windows would not let me dismount it. I had to go through a lot of hassle. In fact, I'll be honest, I just yanked the cord eventually because I got fed up. I was like, I know nothing's using this thing because I just restarted. So there was something strange going on with that hard drive. The other thing is, I had a little thumb drive, like a little USB drive, and it was a very old one. It's the kind that they used to hand out at like conferences. So it was from some company. It had their logo on it or whatever with their brochure or something like that. And I repurposed it for, moving files around at work. I had brought it home one day with some work files on it. I had that plugged in and I unplugged that. It's possible that maybe that drive was failing or bad, or I don't know. But I unplugged that. I dismounted that. The last thing I did is I have a game controller here that I plugged in for playing another game. I rarely use controllers, but I did unplug it because I had it plugged in to play a game that uses controller. It's a Logitech Gamepad F310. I unplugged that. So there's 3 devices that were plugged in to my computer that I unplugged. I'll also mention that I have an Anchor hub, USB hub. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like an 8-port expansion USB thing that I had some of these things plugged into. Anyway, I unplugged all those, went on my trip, came back, and now you can see I'm subscribed to mods again. Now, like I see, the huge numbers and the no embers, these are the only ones that are running locally. You can see here, there's no subscribe checkmark. These 3 I'm already subscribed to with a checkmark, and everything runs just fine. I just played some 10x shared Civ tonight. It's fine. Another reason I thought this was network related is because I would not be able to even download files in lobbies, custom lobbies. If I went to custom lobbies, I was finding a game and I joined a lobby with a data mod or just a map, like a map script, I couldn't even download RMS scripts. I would get kicked from the lobby. So I knew there was something about the game couldn't deal with files being downloaded. So I thought it was a network issue, but again, all my other PCs were working fine. And that's what pointed me to, well, maybe this is a disk issue. So maybe somehow when the game itself was trying to index the available hard drives or, data storage on the system, something was breaking with the external hard drive or the thumb drive. Again, I don't think the controller would have done it, but it's possible that either that external hard drive or that thumb drive were the culprit. So anyway, if anyone ever reproduces this and is able to fix their problem doing the same thing, I encourage you to please get on the forum, please share this information, because it was a very frustrating thing, and it took me forever to solve. And, who knows, maybe it's not fully fixed, maybe this is just temporarily working, and I just got lucky tonight. And if that's the case, I will certainly keep updating this, because this was a frustrating thing to deal with, and those are the steps I went through to fix it. So best of luck to those of you who run into this problem. I hope you are able to fix your issue. With that, I'm going to sign off.